Hey guys, it's Joseph here with another video. And this video has been a long time in the making. This is my M2 iPad Pro review. This video has taken so long because, for one, I actually had some video already made for this review, but when iPadOS 16 came out, I had to scrap it because I really wanted to make sure that I got all of the things that were new covered and put it through its full final test. So here we go. First, let's talk about the design of the M2 iPad Pro. After all, this is the part you're going to hold and look at every day. It's the same as the 2018 iPad Pro and has the same square flat design look, and to me it's still really easy to hold laying flat, it's easy to write on, and all that kind of stuff. It's a familiar design, as all Apple products are now adopting this square look. It's still really nice to hold. So let's talk about some specs of this iPad. For reference, I have the 12.9-inch 128GB variant. This was $10.99. This iPad goes all the way up to 2 terabytes, which is insane if you ask me talking about iPads. The 2 terabyte is $21.99 just for reference. To me, 128GB is fine since I have 2 terabytes of cloud storage. But if you use your iPad for a lot of videos, heavy usage, and other pro tools, 256 or 512GB will probably be the one you want to go for. The screen is a 12.9-inch mini LED 120Hz FPS refresh screen. The bigger 12.9-inch iPad Pro has a mini LED for XDR and HDR content that gets very bright outside, but it comes at the cost of glooming. As you can see here, it's like a glowing light that makes it look kind of weird, like it's glowing. Many people have issues with this and it's been talked about for a while, but after using this for a while, it's kind of just there for me. It doesn't bother me that much because I'm used to it, but I know other people think differently about it. This goes all the way up to 1000 nits when watching HDR content. It goes all the way up to 1600 nits. It also has True Tone and a P3 wide color gamut. I do have the Wi-Fi only model. I just hook up my phone if I really need to use the internet via LTE hotspot. And as you can see here, I have the silver model, which I usually go for the space gray color, but I wanted to change it up for once. The back cameras is one 12 megapixel wide camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. It also has a LiDAR sensor for some virtual reality. The front facing camera also has center stage, and that's just really where the camera pretty much follows you around at the center, so you're always in the center of the camera. It's a pretty cool feature that was introduced in the M1 iPad Pro, and it made its way to the M2 iPad Pro. I do wish the camera was in the middle like the new regular base model iPad, but that's just me. This does have Wi-Fi 6, which is nice to have if you go for the LTE model. It has 5G. One thing that's pretty cool is the fact that the M2 iPad Pro comes with Apple Pencil Hover. Basically, it's just a little preview feature that allows you to see where your pencil is going to land before you touch it on the screen. If you digitally draw, this is pretty cool. I also use this feature when I video edit just to hover over to see what buttons I'm about to press. So let's talk about Stage Manager. I wanted to bring this up in its own subject, just being because it's such a big update to iPadOS 16. Stage Manager is multitasking at its finest. I love how, to me, I can use it to not have to really use split view anymore. With this, I can resize any window and jump between 4 open window apps that whatever I have open. This way I always know what I'm working on, and because iPadOS 16 allowed for full monitor support, it's even better. No more screen mirroring, no more it looking goofy. Full screen monitor support is here. And with Stage Manager, it's like using a full desktop or even a Mac. People who use their iPad as their daily computer like me were pushing this for a long time, and finally it came. I finally feel like I'm using a desktop or having my own computer and not having something separate. I'm super happy about how it ended up, and I know it took a long time, but it was well worth the wait. Let's talk about some of the accessories. If you're going to buy an iPad, you need an Apple Pencil. I know it's very expensive. It's $129, and there's some other alternates that are kind of weird but have some weird trade-offs. But the fact is that this snaps the top of the iPad and it charges through magnets and wireless charging. Especially with the new Apple Pencil Hover feature, it just makes it even better. Lastly, the Magic Keyboard is great. It's the best typing experience on the iPad and one of the best typing experiences I've ever used. The touchpad is really nice and big. It has a nice click and it has backlighting. The only thing I wish it had was a function row, and who knows, maybe one day we'll get one. These accessories just make the iPad feel more professional. Lastly, I wanted to talk about some pro apps that the iPad now has. So DaVinci Resolve just released not too long ago. I'm going to try to use it to edit a couple of my videos and to see if I want to keep it over LumaFusion. I do like LumaFusion, don't get me wrong, but it started to bug out on me and delete some of the projects in half or lose some footage or have some buggy footage, which is not really good. So I may try to use DaVinci Resolve, I'm not sure. There are some apps like Lightroom to help you photo edit, and the Files apps that's only getting better with updates that are relating more about the Mac variant on macOS. Procreate is a drawing tool that is fantastic for artists, and Affinity Photo is like Photoshop for the iPad. It does a lot. Apple has been criticized on not having pro level apps, but it just seems like they're starting to roll out some more to help the iPad branch off and be its own pro device. So there you have it, the M2 iPad Pro. I think it's a great device, and if you're coming from an iPad that's not the M1 iPad Pro, I think you'll agree. It's super snappy and is super solid. It does everything I needed to do with more updates and apps. It's only getting better. If you have an M1 iPad Pro, I'd advise not to upgrade, but these Apple chips are crazy fast. This is the best iPad I've ever owned, and I use it every day. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it down in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.